Hello my lovelies, it is time for another round of Cards Against My TBR, so stay tuned. So if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the game. The way this works is I pick 3 Cards Against My Humanity, or Cards Against Humanity's question cards, 3 Cards Against Humanity answer cards, and I find books to answer the questions or fill in the blanks or whatever, and books that whatever the answer card makes me think of. So I pick at least 6 books each time from this. And if you're not new here and you watched last month's, you know that I was really behind, and I was doing my best to try to catch up, but there were quite a few that didn't get done and got rolled over. So let me start by going over how my reading went. So last month I said that there were 2 books that if I didn't finish in July, they would roll over into August. And one of those 2 books I did actually complete in July, and that was A Hunger Like No Other by Cressley Cole. This was for the card Dad's Famous Chili. I did finish this in July, so it didn't have to roll over. And then The Sweet Spot by Heather Hayford did get rolled over into August, but it did get finished in August. So this was for the card My Anaconda Don't Want None Unless You Got the Sweet Spot, Hun. And then I had 2 that were part of my June Cards Against My TBR that didn't get completed, and I said if I didn't finish them by the end of July, they would roll over into August. And that was The Never List by Kothi Zan and The Stranger I Married by Sylvia Day. So The Stranger I Married was for so I had a card that had a 2 blank on it, and there was adventure, romance, and then the first blank was a graphic novel that I read called Strong Female Protagonist. And then it said from Paramount Pictures blank. I chose The Stranger That I Married, and I can say that I have completed this one, though technically I didn't read it. I started reading it and then DNF'd it because this is not a book for me, so this book will be getting unhauled. And for The Never List, this was for the card 30 Shirtless Bears Emerging from the Fog. I am currently reading this one. I'm on page 24. So this one will get read by the end of this month. That's my plan anyway. It is currently August 26th as I'm filming this, so I still have like 5 days left, so I'm hoping I can get this done in that time. We'll put that up there. And then books that I was to read in July, and if they didn't get finished, would roll over into my August. We had 2 books as well. So we had The Book of M by Pink Shepherd and On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. The Book of M was for, this one was another double blank, and we never did find The Book of M, but along the way we sure learned a lot about, I think it was The Bro Code was the other book that filled this in. And I did actually finish this one in July after filming that video. And then the card for On the Come Up was Snoop Dogg. And I have completed this one in August, so yay. So I didn't do too bad as far as those catching up went. Now for the books that I was actually supposed to read for August. So for the card, Gift Wrapping a Live Hamster, I was to read Black Cats and Four-Leaf Clovers, The Origins of Old Wives' Tales and Superstitions in Our Everyday Lives, and I did read this. For the card, The Hardworking Mexican, I was to read The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alir Saiz, and I have not read this one. So if I don't finish that one by the end of this month, it will get rolled over into September. I don't know if I'll get that and The Never List done. We'll see. For the card, repeatedly coming out as bisexual, I was to read Faith Taking Flight by Julie Murphy, and I did read this. For the card, alternative medicine is now embracing the curative powers of Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch. I did read this. For the card, to become a true Yanomamo warrior, you must prove that you can withstand blank without crying out. And for that one, I was to read The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher, and I have not read this one. So we'll put that up there as well. And for the card, everyone is staring at you because you're blank. I was to read Willow, the graphic novel, and I have not read this one either. But this is one that's likely to get finished by the end of this month. But if not, it will get rolled over into September. So I've gotten semi caught up in August, and I'm hoping that September I can get completely caught up, but we'll see. But I have these four. 2 out of these 4 I expect to be able to finish by the end of this month. We'll see. I'll let you know in the next one how I did. And I will try to get the other 2. But if not, like I said, they'll roll over into September. Yeah. And in September I'm probably gonna be reading a lot because I plan on doing Book Roast's Magical Readathon. I also plan on doing Becca's Bookopoly-thon. And I'm also co-hosting once again another round of Season-a-thon, which is the Fall Into Reading-a-thon. If you haven't seen that, you should go check out our announcement up here. But that's a week-long one, and the other 2 are month-long ones. So I've got a lot of challenges I need to get filled. So let's see what I can come up with, and hopefully some of this can be used in some of those prompts later. Okay, so we're gonna start with my 3 answer cards. Words are hard today. All right, let me shuffle these up. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 answer cards. Okay, what is our first one? Flirting with the ladies at the bank. Okay, so I'm thinking a book that's got somebody that's a flirt. Or maybe something financial, maybe. Well, let me think about this one. Okay, so one of the things I have done lately is I've taken my Once Upon a Book Club boxes and I've labeled them with these post-it notes that have like the book and the author and like a little bit about what each book is, because these go on the top of my shelf and then I don't even think about them a lot of the times when I'm trying to figure out my TBRs, because they require me like opening the boxes and figuring out which book is in there, and I only do that like for a couple of boxes and then get tired of it. So this actually really helped. So I decided to go with By the Book by Amanda Sellett, which is one of my Once Upon a Book young adult boxes. And this is a YA rom-com. It's bookish. And our main character, she is a devotee of classic novels, and she's a walking encyclopedia of mistakes that have been made, especially of her favorite literary heroines. And it says, so when some new friends seem in danger of falling for the same tricks employed since the days of Austen and Tolstoy, Mary starts compiling the Scoundrel Survival Guide, using archetypes of literature's debonair bad boys to spot red flags in the dating department. But despite her best efforts, she soon finds herself falling for a supposed cad, the same one she's warned her friends away from. And this seems to be the perfect choice for flirting with all the ladies at the bank, because I think our love interest here, he is going to be quite the flirt. So yay. Also, when I do these, I do vlogs where I show me opening all of the gifts. So that's exciting. I love doing these. I love opening the gifts for them. If you don't know, the way these boxes work is you get a book, and as you're reading the book, you get to certain pages that tell you to open your gift. And so you go in your box and you find the gift for that particular page, and it's something to do with the story, and it makes it so much fun, and it's interactive, and I love it. Also, I am an affiliate for Once Upon a Book Club, so I do have a discount code. So if you're interested in getting one of these boxes, either the YA or the adult, I do have a discount code for you. Just click the link down in my description. Okay, for my second answer card, we have a soulful rendition of Old Man River, or Old Man River. Okay, so I'm thinking something soulful, or maybe a classic. I feel like this should be a black author, or a black main character, or both. Give me 1 second. Okay, I have another Once Upon a Book Club box for this one. This one is an adult box, and let's see. The book in this one is Yellow Wife by Sadeka Johnson. And I've heard really, really good things about this. It's not necessarily in my comfort zone because it is like historical fiction, and I'm iffy when it comes to historical fiction. But let's see, this says, born on a plantation in Charles City, Virginia, Phelby Dolores Brown has lived a sheltered life, shielded by her mother's position as the estate's medicine woman and cherished by the master's sister. She is set apart from the others on the plantation, belonging to neither world. She'd been promised freedom on her 18th birthday, but instead of the idyllic life she imagined with her true love, Essex Henry, Phelby is forced to leave the only home she's ever known. She unexpectedly finds herself thrust into the bowels of slavery in the infamous Devil's Half Acre, a jail in Richmond, Virginia, where the enslaved are broken, tortured, and sold every day. There, Phelby is exposed not just to her jailer's cruelty, but also to his contradictions. To survive, Phelby will have to outwit him, even if it means making the ultimate sacrifice. And I've heard that this book is amazing, and so I am looking forward to checking it out. Okay, now for my last answer card. Two men in a horse costume. Okay. So I'm thinking our main characters, maybe two guys, maybe brothers, maybe something involving horses or animals. This one will take a little thought. Give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so the book I picked for this one is actually one that came up in my Have I Read It number 15, I think. And I'm selecting this one because I know that it's not going to win, so I don't have to worry about it interfering with that, because like nobody has voted for this book. I don't think I've seen one vote come up for it. So I'm going to select that for this. It is The Great American Whatever by Tim Federle. And I selected this one because it is queer, and we have a boy falls for another boy, but this is also supposed to be one that's like heart-wrenching and all of that. So this one says, Quinn Roberts is a 16-year-old smart aleck whose only worry used to be writing convincing dialogue for the movies he made with his sister. Of course, that was all before Quinn stopped going to school, before his mom started sleeping on the sofa, and before the car accident that changed everything. Enter Jeff, Quinn's best friend, who insists it's time Quinn came out, at least from hibernation. One haircut later, Quinn gets dragged to his first college party, where instead of nursing his pain, he meets a guy. Okay, a hot guy. And Quinn falls hard. What follows is an upside-down week in which Quinn begins envisioning his future as a screenplay that might actually end happily. That is, if he can finally step back into the starring role of his own life story. Tim Federle's beautiful YA debut is laugh out loud sad, a wry, winning testament to the power of old movies and new memories, one unscripted moment at a time. And I think this is going to be really, really good. And I'm excited to read it. Also, it's kind of short, so I think this works well for that card. Okay, so my battery is flashing, so I'm going to change that out really quick, and then we will come back and do my question cards. So be right back. Okay, sorry if the angle changed. All right, I've got my question cards here. I'm hoping we don't end up with any doubles this time. We'll see. All right, 1, 2, 3 question cards. Okay, the first one is, I have solved politics. My solution is blank. Let me see what I can find. Okay, so for I have solved politics, my solution is The Hive by Barry Lyga and Morgan Baden. This is an arc that I got a long time ago. I just looked it up and the book actually came out September 3rd, 2019. So I've had it for a minute. But I thought this would be a good one for this one. It says, Casey McKinney has always believed in the Hive. Social media used to be out of control after all. People were torn apart by trolls and doxers. Even hackers like Casey's dad were powerless against it. But then the Hive came, a better way to sanction people for what they do online. Cause trouble, get enough condemns, and a crowd can come after you, teach you a lesson in real life. It's safer, fairer, and perfectly legal. Entering her senior year in high school, filled with grief over an unexpected loss, Cassie is primed to lash out. Egged on by new friends, she makes an edgy joke online. Cassie doubts anyone will notice. But the Hive notices everything, and as her viral comment whips an entire country into a frenzy, the Hive demands retribution. One moment, Cassie is anonymous, the next she's infamous and running for her life. With nowhere to turn, she must learn to rely on herself and a group of Hive outcasts who may not be reliable, as she slowly uncovers the truth about the machine behind the Hive. The Hive is a breathless race through the day after tomorrow, where online and real life are blurred beyond recognition, and social media casts ever darker shadows. And I thought this would make a great book for this prompt, or for this card. Okay, so for question card number 2 we have, you've seen the bearded lady, you've seen the ring of fire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes upon blank. I need something small. So I'm gonna see what graphic novels that I have that might possibly work for this, because I've already got these, plus any of those that don't get finished, plus a lot of other stuff that you'll see in my wheel. But yeah, so let me see what I can find and I will be right back. Okay, so for this one, you've seen the bearded lady, you've seen the ring of fire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes upon Anya's Ghost by Vera Broskal. And this is about a girl, Anya, who falls down a well and makes an unexpected friend who just happens to be, well, a ghost who's been dead for over a century. So this one I think will work perfect for that one. And like I said, I need some short books. All right, now for the final card. Please don't be a double. Okay. In Radiohead's new single, Thom Yorke repeats the phrase blank dozens of times over a skittering drum beat. Repeats the phrase blank. Okay, so for this one I decided to go with another small book. So in Radiohead's new single, Thom Yorke repeats the phrase "as you like it" dozens of times over a skittering drum beat. This is a Shakespeare story by Andrew Matthews and Tony Ross. This is, well, sort of like a super condensed version of As You Like It, told in a way that like kids would understand. And there are some like little art doodles, illustrations throughout. And this is gonna be a super quick read, but these are fun, and like I said, very quick read, so I'm going to use this one for that. Okay, so these are the books that I have for this round. Have you read any of them? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Also, make sure to stay tuned for my Wheel of TBR coming up, where not only will I have these books, but I will also be spinning my wheel. I will be playing Becca's Bookathon, and I'll also tell you my TBR for both the Magical Readathon, Bookathon, and Fall Into Reading-a-thon. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!